All right, y'all, so I just finished watching Avatar The Last Airbender, the Netflix live action adaptation. Say that 5 times fast. I've watched episode 1 only, and that's all I'm allowed to share my thoughts on so far. Come on back Thursday and I'll be able to share more thoughts. But let's talk about the first episode, because I gotta admit, I got some mixed feelings. Now, there is a lot of good. I really love how the bending looks. The fire bending, the earth bending, the air bending. Save a couple of shots and a couple of techniques, I think most of it looks fantastic, especially that fire bending. That was one big one in the M. Night Shyamalan version that I thought they got completely wrong. Fire bending comes from the life of the firebender, not from a source. Great job here. The water bending looks great as well. Really enjoy how the bending looks, the visuals, the costumes, everything looks really, really good. I really enjoy it. And listen, I think Sokka and Zuko, really, really good. Zuko, Dallas Liu, man, he is killing it. Ian Owsley was a great Sokka, even though they didn't incorporate the sexism. I do think that this character is off to a really good start, and I like his Sokka, and I like that it doesn't seem like he's trying to completely mimic the TV show Sokka. So I really like Ian Owsley's Sokka. I think he's funny still quippy. I think that he still has the personality traits of Sokka, and that is really, really well done. Let me talk about Gordon as Aang, and I actually think he is a really good Aang. There's a couple of moments where he's a little stiff. However, I think he is a really good Aang. I just wish Aang had more childlike wonder and adventurousness. That's something that I'm really missing from Aang in this first episode. You know, we see him doing the penguin sliding in the original series, and here we don't see as much childlike wonder. So I would have loved more of that from Aang, because that's so Aang, especially in the beginning of Avatar The Last Airbender. But I've only seen the first episode, so let me continue on and maybe things will change there. But man, the biggest thing I didn't like about episode 1, and I like the actress a lot, but Katara is just not Katara. She just doesn't feel like that same headstrong but motherly Katara that we're so used to from Avatar The Last Airbender. I feel like she feels tucked in the background, and that's just not very Katara. Her and Sokka obviously have the sibling bickering and got that part down, but I just don't feel that spirit of Katara. And again, no qualms with the actress. They just changed this character so it makes it that she's not as motherly and caring as the, not that she doesn't care, but she's just not as motherly in instinct as the original Avatar The Last Airbender. So it's so unfortunate that I just don't like what they've done with Katara. I wish Katara was so much more like Katara in the original. But I mean, aside from that, Iroh is great. I really love what Paul Sun-Hyung Lee is doing with Iroh. He's awesome. I love the look of the armor on the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation themselves, it just looks really good. And a lot of the characters are done really well. And I could see myself enjoying more of this. Appa looks awesome. Some shots, again, like the bending, it doesn't look as good, but I like Appa, and I really like a lot about this. So I'm excited to dive in more, although I will say I didn't quite love and absolutely was just head over heels with this. I did like the start. I just don't really like what they did with Katara. Some of the bending does look off, although most of it looks great. And there's just some kind of magic missing. And I think part of it is Aang doesn't have that childlike wonder. Also, Gran does a lot of exposition dumping, and it seems like that's all that character does. So I would have loved a little bit more of Gran from the original. Like, she just kind of exists to just exposition dump, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's weird to use that character to just basically over-explain a lot of things. But all in all, the first episode of Avatar The Last Airbender, I'm kind of mixed on, just because, like I said, it's missing that charm, that magic. However, the bending's good, the acting is good, a lot of the characters are really good, but man, I'm just missing Katara, especially in Aang. I just miss that childlike goofiness that he brought with him from that iceberg in the first episode of the original. So while it's good, while it's entertaining, it's not great, and it's missing that magic from the original Avatar The Last Airbender. But y'all gotta let me know, are you looking forward to Avatar The Last Airbender, the live action Netflix adaptation? Because y'all, I'm here to tell you, that first episode, little mixed, but I hope that things get better, and hopefully throughout the season we see some more. Guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and hey, if you're new to the channel, the name is Leo Rydell. Help a brother out by hitting that subscribe button down below and hitting like on this video to help me on that algorithm, y'all. We'll see you next time on Geekly Goods.